What is Parkinson's disease? Well, if you want a simple medical answer, here it is. Parkinson's disease is a neurologic movement disorder affecting the brain, causing problems with movement and motor symptoms. It can also manifest as non-motor symptoms as well. Well, that's a great medical answer, but is that the best we can do? Hi, it's David from Life with Parkinson's. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing. Everyone else, thank you for your continued love and support. Medical answers are great. We need them. We really, really do. But the problem I think that they cause is that they don't tell the whole story. They don't really provide a picture of what PD looks like in real life. And I think that's part of the problem with awareness and recognizing the illness. I agree that a picture is worth 1,000 words, but an explanation without a picture isn't worth half that many. What does it actually look like when we say that PD affects our brain? Let's find out and get right to it. What is Parkinson's disease in my opinion? Well, it's an attention seeker. It's naggy. It always wants to be first in my life. It's like someone who's tugging at my shirt going, look at me, or watch me. Like my kids used to do if I was away for a week or so and just gotten home. They wanted to tell me about everything that had happened while I was gone and show me everything they had done. Well, Parkinson's disease probably wouldn't be that friendly or interested in my life. For me, it's all about maintaining that ability to move all day long. And to accomplish that, I have to put Parkinson's first in my life. That has to come before everything else. And if I don't give it the attention that it needs and it wants, my movement symptoms will all come grinding to a halt. All my hard work will be lost. It's like being asked, what is the first thing you do in the morning? Kiss your wife, have a coffee, or take your morning pills. It's take your morning pills, right? Well, of course it is. I feel like this illness was made for people who like routine. Get up at the same time every day. Take our meds at the same time every day. Eat at the same time every day. It kind of reminds me of what my piano teacher used to say, what must be done cheerfully. And I swear this illness was made for people in the military who like to do the same thing every day without fail. And if you're not into the routine life, it can turn into that situation where it's like, I want to do something different today. It's like trying to move my walk to a different time of the day, which for Parkinson's is a big no-no. It'll be like, what are you doing? We were expecting our anxiety-killing walk around 7:30 a.m. this morning, and now that we've had to wait 4 hours for it, we're very angry with you. We're going to punish you. Don't ever do that again. The following story is based on real-life events. David from Life with Parkinson's was trying to move his morning walk to a different time of the day so he could sleep in a little bit this morning. But it turned out his Parkinson's disease got very, very angry. All I wanted to do this morning was just sleep in an hour and do something different. I'm sorry, Parkinson's disease. You come first in my life. We will always do what you want to do. Hang on here, just 1 minute. We've got an update coming about the story where David tried to move his pill time 1 hour to accommodate lunch out with his wife Haley. I know my medications are supposed to be taken on time every time, but can't we just go out for lunch today and do something different? Please, Parkinson's disease, isn't that possible? Yes, PD is not my best friend, even though it will tell you that it is. To me, Parkinson's is like the Energizer Bunny. Do you remember those commercials where it's banging on the drum and it just keeps going and going and going and going? To me, that's what PD looks like with the non-motor symptoms. They just keep going and growing. Strangely enough, though, I've always found the non-motor symptoms more difficult to deal with than the motor symptoms. And that's kind of what we looked at in the explanation near the beginning of this video, where it kind of inferred that it's like motor symptoms first, non-motor symptoms second. But if you look at the most common non-motor symptoms, which I believe are anxiety and fatigue, like I don't know anybody that I've talked to with Parkinsonism that hasn't mentioned that anxiety was bad for them at one time or another during their diagnosis. And also, when you look at fatigue, and I believe it's 2/3 of the population with Parkinson's report that fatigue is their worst symptom overall. They need to be aware that it's both a motor symptom illness and a non-motor symptom illness, and they're more or less equal. I know that the non-motor symptoms, through my experience and from what I've talked to people about, always seem to develop into motor symptoms later and make them worse. But we've got to clear up the distance between the two sides of the coin to help with awareness and recognition. That's just my own personal opinion. I think there's a lot of confusion out there that can be corrected, and then awareness for Parkinson's disease would be a lot higher and better. I feel that Parkinson's is also a lot like that whack-a-mole game that you play at the carnival or the arcade, where the little mole heads come up out of the hole and you hit them on the head. For me, that's what problems are like. Problems come in at different times and to varying degrees. So I try and take care of them, but then another problem pops up, and then another problem, and you're just hitting everywhere, trying to keep a balance and keep things under control. And these problems just seemingly come out of nowhere. And trying to figure out why you're having that problem is almost like a waste of time. Because if you do, it's just going to get worse, so you have to take care of it as best as you can until the next one comes in. It's like when my anxiety acts up. Like this week has been really bad for that. And the last 2 days I couldn't exercise at all. It was so bad. 48 hours I was like down and out. I just have to keep going though. I don't have a choice. A lot of the times it feels like my body is out to get me. I don't know about you guys, but I find that Parkinson's is a very emotional illness to live with. And the key phrase there is to live with, because we don't really die from Parkinson's disease, we die with it. So when you look at it, when you stand back and look at it a little bit, it's like, okay, the next 30 to 50 years aren't going to be that great because I'm going to be living with this chronic illness. And the things I have planned in the future, or that I wanted to do with my significant other, are going to be very, very different. Do you remember those Freedom 55 commercials in like the 80s and the 90s? You know, those actors were great, but it's like they have everything planned for their future. And they're so sure about it because they've done everything to prevent every little occurrence from happening in their lives and in their future, right? Well, I don't know about that. Because if they were down to reality and they were dealing with Parkinson's, everything from there on would be different. I think that's where the emotional shock about this illness develops. No matter how much you plan your future, no matter how much you're sure that you've thought of everything, things can suddenly change one day and be different. And that's the hilarious side of life in PD. It's an illusion, a cruel joke. The cruel joke of life. You know, sometimes I feel so good, I forget about it. Yeah, right. In the end, I believe all you can do is laugh because the joke of life is so funny. Okay, getting back to our main question. So what does life look like when we say that PD is a neurologic movement disorder affecting our brain and giving us motor and non-motor symptoms? Well, this is Life with Parkinson's, and you've been watching my viewpoint the whole time. Thank you for continuing to take this journey together. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with your family and friends. Please leave a comment or a question below. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. Goodbye.